Peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. I know y'all not too far in the past, not too far in the future. Spending your moments right now, changing both past and future right now. Does it seem like people in your family have been getting sick out of the blue, or people, cancer that has been laying dormant seem like it's coming back out? People having to go to the hospital and all these things. But I just took notice to, something that been going around, which had been prophesized, but now I'm kind of seeing it happen around me. With like a few people I know, and within my own family, stories of people, cancer coming back, like the cancer is reactivating right now, within their body after being laying dormant for years. And I'm like, damn, it's happening, you got to keep up with the Earth's vibration. The vibration is changing, and with that change, you have to change with it, or else, it'll be consequences. But it's more to it than that. As a matter of fact, like I wrote here, it's like two reasons, but a bunch of reasons why things are changing. But Earth's vibrational frequency is raising. And if you don't raise your vibration with the Earth, then you will become open to all disease in your body. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about keeping that vibration up. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they still got the old school ways of thinking that poison from the doctor is going to save them and this and that. But it's not working, and it's not going to work. Because that's another show of the times, is that it's revealing that all this doctor stuff has been fake and been killing you for the longest. It's coming to the light that holistic health and just getting stuff straight from Mother Earth is what we should be doing, But you got to change with Earth vibration. The vibration is changing, and, you got to raise your vibration along with it. Also, it has to do with a mixture of things, from the ozone layer opening up, and letting harmful radiation through. So we getting little pockets of, little holes in the radiation. Matter of fact, that's why living and eating healthy plays a part too, because if you're taking care of your body, it's less likely for that radiation to affect you, And matter of fact, also dealing with melanin, and also, blocking the radiation, the UV rays. Because some of it is just physical radiation touching skin, but some of it is radiation getting to your organs and all that too. And which that been going on with Wi-Fi and all that, but which now it's becoming it's getting to the point where it's affecting you. So all this bad food you eating and all this, you're just opening yourself up to these things that's changing within the times, But the harmful radiation coming through, a lack of alkaline foods to kill off any dormant cancer cells. Another thing that's going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dormant cancer cells are opening up with this radiation, this vibrational shift, all these things going on. You got to keep your body, in the alkaline state. Because Dr. Sebi proved it. As a matter of fact, and it's just been proven a long time, and just with research and everything, that cancers and disease cannot survive. Cannot. You hear me? Cannot survive in an alkaline body, in a body with high alkalinity. You know what I'm saying? It's when your body is at an acidic level, is when you're open to all these diseases. What keeps your body acidic, you ask? Oh, just anything that Mother Earth and God didn't intend for you to eat, Anything that you just couldn't pick up and just start eating, you know what I'm saying? It's possible, And that has been modified too, because with the passing of time, scientists and men have gotten there and made artificial things that seem like they come from Mother Earth, where they making you think like, oh yeah, this has been around since the time, but nah, that soy and all this GMO and all that's recently. So it may seem natural, but that's not true Mother Earth food, you know what I'm saying? And your body is gonna reject it and show it. You're just gonna reject it, or your food gonna damn near come out whole out your ass when you shit, because ain't nothing meant for your body. It ain't nutritional towards your body, you know. But keeping that alkaline level up, you know. Cause matter of fact, like all this meat and all this. Oh yeah, meat and all these things give you protein. Yeah, but it also brings your acidic level of your body down and basically opens you up to disease. And eating meat also calcifies your pineal gland. So I mean, you could pump your weights and get your protein, which you can get protein from other things. They got vegan bodybuilders, but you know, if you're not trying to hear it, you're not trying to hear it. But you know, you could try to get your physical protein with all this meat and be a muscle head figuratively, like through the physical, or you could be a muscle head spiritually by decalcifying your pineal gland and eating right, you know. But it's all up to you. Nobody trying to force you. I don't mind being one of the only few people with, you know, the ability to astral project very vividly and have psychic abilities and telepathy. You know, I'm glad being one of the few. So y'all, you know, could either keep eating your meat or change. It's up to you. Do as you please. But also, with the changing in the, you know, the vibrations, not eating right, the radiation, you know, just a speculation theory, but kind of, I don't know, I kind of feel like this real because my intuition always be feeling like the government always got their hands in trying to disrupt the natural order of things with things like New World Order instead of letting things be in the natural order of the jungle and the way things were from the beginning. But it may be a possibility that HAARP, you know, may HAARP having a device that can give off certain frequencies that can activate harmful pollutants in the body. You know, somewhat reminiscent of the movie Kingsman. If you watch the movie Kingsman, where they gave out all these free cell phones, you know, which is easy to do that to people. You know, everybody on their cell phone, you give them out free, all people gonna run and grab that. That's basically like running involuntary and putting a chip in your body, you know. But anyway, you know, off the movie Kingsman, you know, they gave up free cell phones and this and that, and they had a satellite in the sky where at a certain moment, once everybody got their cell phones, the satellite gave off a certain frequency that was transferred to the cell phones and basically made everybody just start killing each other. You know, it raised the vibration of fear and anger and evilness, and it had everybody just brutally killing each other and things of that nature. But in the same instance, you know, HAARP or the government may have some type of satellite where it emits vibrations, you know, that causes the harmful things that's in your body to activate. You know, and it goes back to eating healthy. But if you're eating healthy, these harmful things not activate. So it's almost like, you know, they pressing a button, like wondering like why he not tripping? Why he ain't dying of cancer right now? That's because, you know, he's eating good, or he or she is eating good, and you know, doesn't have nothing to target in the body because that person is, you know, ascending with their DNA, you know, and eating right and becoming the light body that they are, and you know, cancer can't survive in their body. So, you know, but there's things of that nature to watch out for too. You know, like I said, HAARP, all these things, because they change the weather. You know, matter of fact, it's more than one thing they change the weather for. They change the weather to mess with melanated people because they know that sunshine brings out happiness, you know what I'm saying? And it's proven, you know, so they try to make it cloudy every day, you know, and matter of fact, to protect, you know, skin, whatever, you know, but HAARP does a lot of things, so I wouldn't put that past them of having a vibrational machine that could activate, you know, dormant pollutants in your body, you know, to cause dis-ease in the body. You know. And also, on another note, you know, with all these things, you know, that's happening, like, you know, look like cancer popping up on people and certain people getting real sick lately. I've been noticing, you know, people just having trouble with their health, you know. But another thing, like kind of like a two birds with one stone thing, also what goes on with that is with these people, you know, catching these cancers and all this and passing away or going to hospital or whatever, you know, with these things happening, is also awakening the dark night of the soul in some people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's basically like all this, is happening to awaken some high vibrational souls, kind of like Indigo Kids, but it's here to awaken some high vibrational souls that's trapped by the comfort of everyday life and their ego. You know what I'm saying? Like some of us, just like at me at my last job, your soul is trapped by the comfort of this everyday life. Like I want stability and security in my life, so that means I'm not gonna chase anything spiritually or go outside my ego. I'm just gonna stay with my ego and be stable and not change anything, within the comfort of my life. But what the dark night of the soul does is it causes a series of events that may seem like it's the end of your world, like, whether it's a bunch of people dying in your family, bunch of bad things. It'd be real with you, all of it rolled into one. Like with me, my dark night of the soul experience was losing my grandmother, then my father, and then just getting a bunch of bullshit at my job, and then eventually getting fired from my job, in which I was a blessing in the sky. But I'm looking at it like, oh man, like what the fuck, what life is about? Like, like I'm going through all this shit, But that's another thing. It's like with these people popping up, maybe dying from cancer and all this, it also serves as the dark night of the soul for the family members who watching this person, become deceased, Like after watching these people become deceased, you kind of learn, excuse me, getting something off my screen. You kind of learn, to change your own life, to see or to look for something more when you watch somebody close to you die, because it's also surreal when somebody close to you die, because it's like, all right, damn, they could just get touched out of the blue and go to that next level. I need to start getting my life straight and start looking for some truth before I up and die, before I up and go, which dying is just a transitional situation. It's the illusion of that, your ego thinks, it's real in this realm, which I mean, this is the reality of our human experience, but it's not the reality of the true world, There's other dimensions and it's way much more bigger than just this physical world. And like I was saying, if the dark night of the soul hadn't waken me up, I would still be working the same job doing damage to my soul, Because it also was, I was making the money, but it was damaging to my soul. Like, you had a lot of alcohol in the environment and things of this nature. So I was, always drinking and not getting closer to my meditation. I was like an energy mule where I was being positive and giving off this positive radiation at all time, but people just taking the energy and not giving it back, like, not showing no love back. I mean, you had the few instances where somebody would try because they had a conscience, but for the most part, I was just getting, my soul was just getting eaten at my last job, But it's basically like I'd be still damaging my soul if I was still there, you know what I'm saying? But if I was still there, I'd be pleasing my ego, though. My ego would be pleased by the stability of still having that job, and the stability of the money and all that. Like the ego, like, oh no, we need this and that. Your ego has a lack of belief in spirit and God, so your ego trying to detach on the stability, Your ego is what makes you carry a gun. Your ego is what makes you not want to quit your job, even though it's killing. Your ego give you this false sense of existence, you know what I'm saying? Making you think that this is your real and last existence. So, you gotta do it all. Matter of fact, goes back to that false sense of Maya, you know what I'm saying? Or the devil. The devil is Maya, that illusion of your ego being the real you. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Like I said, I had to kick that old job, or really that old job kicked me, which once I looked at it in hindsight, I was like, damn, that's a blessing. Like I got fired. The universe basically made them fire me to say, hey man, you a butterfly, like you are a peacock, man, and you gotta fly, bro. But real talk is like, you too much of a person that should be out in this world helping others and spreading knowledge, not being pushed to these slave-like conditions, where, you're being treated like you're stupid and like, you're not worth anything, You need something better than that. So Source said, you know what, I'm going to just do you a favor. Since your ego's scared to quit, I'ma just fire you, you know. And that's what happened, you know, I got fired. And what's real about that situation, that's kind of when my first of my YouTube videos started off, was in between that firing, getting fired at that job, because it just opened my soul and my spirit to new to a new beginning and realization of stuff where it was like I felt like so relieved. Like I never been my ego never been in such a unstable part of my life where it's like I don't know where my next job at, you know, money, all this, you know what I'm saying? And plus I had an apartment so I gotta keep all these things running. I never been in such a uneasy and unstable state, but yet so blissfully happy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just enjoying. Then that's when I started finding the books, the real books. Matter of fact, because I got away from the Bible. I remember I used to be at work, you know, searching, looking at the Bible, and ain't nothing wrong with the Bible again, but you know, is the slave master got in there and did some, you know, some revising and stuff. So you just gotta watch how you read it, you know. But like I'm listening to the Bible and this and that, and still feeling like, man, there gotta be more to it than this book that been given to us, you know, in slavery, you know. Because that's one thing. Even though I never really knew everything behind the Bible and these things, or how I knew one thing, something was fishy about it, and that I knew it wasn't from way back when you had things that are like the pyramids. Like they're not talking about the pyramids in the Bible, this and that. So I always knew from a kid that the context clues never added up with the Bible. So, but I still listen though, cause you know I'm listening. Cause matter of fact, I'm Rastafari, so I was listening to, you know, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, you know, all the things that prophesize Rastafari, you know, and the Hebrews and things of that nature. So I'm reading that, but just something was telling me that is much more to life, you know. It's much more than what's just in this book. And that's when I got into spirit science, and then that's when everything just opened up, and you know, I got to the point where I'm at now. You know, but bringing it back to full circle though, and see how all of it tied together. I'm really on the same subject, but I just, you know, drifted off into sub subjects of the same thing. But basically starting off with all these things that's going on in the world, where, you know, noticing people cancer reawakening and certain people passing away. You know, a lot of people passing away because a lot of my people around me, you know, from coworkers and everything, been like losing people that's very, very close to them. And whether it's through, you know, because matter of fact, another thing, like, it may not be just cancer, disease, and things of that nature. Could be of the mind, you know what I'm saying? Where you could be schizo or bipolar and feel like suicide or things of this nature. But, you know, things have been happening where people been passing away, but also sparking the dark night of the soul in other people, you know. Because that's what it did for me with my father passing away. It just like, you know, it like made me find, you know, the truth in life. You know, it made me go searching for the truth in life. And I always been a seeker of the truth. But like I say, you become comfortable in your ego, and you know, you have that lack of spirit, so you're not really searching. You know, you just half-ass searching. But like afterwards, when you realize, all right, to hell with this, and if I'm gonna die like this, and I need to start getting out in this world and traveling and go do things, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just die just a measly existence like within my own city or state just all my life. Like I want to go places. This world is for me. This universe is for me, and you'll start to see and understand that, you know. But it takes things like, you know, like I say, like relatives passing, you know, or just bad situations happening where you just feeling like, man, just this can't be life. And in some cases, I got to that bipolar stage where in the hypomania and dementia, where I was kind of like manic depressed, you know, like I was just super depressed. And even though it was funny, I always thought about, like, I feel like, man, you know, dying and not being here would be much easier than dealing with what I gotta deal with. But I would always laugh that off because I'm like, but I would never actually go through with that. Like, I would never kill myself and take myself away from this earth. And that's the thing, because that little voice saying, you know, something greater, you're here for a reason. And matter of fact, that's always shown through through life-saving situations. Where have you ever had situations where you know you should have been dead, or you know you could have died, but you know nothing ever happened, or you always was putting yourself in situations that could have killed you or had you, you know, locked up or things of that nature, but you survive, you know, and you're still here. You know, that's showing something. That's saying like, you know, there's like a purpose. You know, you're here to reach and teach, or whatever the case may be. You know, but I just want to, you know, get y'all to open up to realize that's what's going on right now. You know, people dying. You know, cancer reawakening in some people's bodies. And matter of fact, to all my people that's, you know, that's older and, you know, maybe stuck in your ways, man, y'all gotta start opening up and listening to us youngsters, you know, which we just young in vehicle years, but we old souls, you know. So even though I may be in the form of your nephew or the little 29-year-old that's younger than me or whatever, this knowledge that I bring forth is, you know, is way older than my vehicle and yours, you know. And I'm not telling you have to listen to me. You don't have to do anything. This is a free will universe. You do as you please. Obviously, you know, you could eat what you want, get cancer and die. It's up to you, you know, but just take heed to all the information that I'm trying to spread to y'all, you know. Like alkalinity of the body, when you just start there, that could change so much for everybody. I mean, you know, and that's one of those things too with these doctors. Like, you know, I'm sorry that y'all have to change. Matter of fact, their ego stuck in their job. They're scared to tell the truth about how these medicines and shit fucking you up. You know, on another note, you know, their ego's so stuck and don't want to lose that status of being a doctor that they rather not keep it real and let you know that these medicines and chemotherapy and all this ain't doing shit but killing you and giving you false hope. You know, when you got things from Mother Earth that's proven over the years and through people like Dr. Sebi, who fought the Supreme Court and proved it. You know, he went through the entity that most of y'all, you know, like when y'all don't believe in the supernatural and all this, you know, like, oh, well, I gotta see it being proved by the court system and this and that. Well, he proved it with you know, through proving it to the court system, the Supreme Court system. But yet there's still these cancer awareness and AIDS awareness rallies. Not saying that we shouldn't be aware, but the awareness rally should be promoting Dr. Sebi or alkalinity diet, you know, a alkaline diet or things of this nature, not no medicine or money for research or medicine. You don't need no research when everything is here for you. But that goes to show you that some people, you know, like I say, tied to the ego, care less about your spirit and your body and soul and more about their ego and status and money. You know, they worried about keeping that Porsche they're driving and, you know, and going golf with the friends and all this, you know, and laughing over a cup of coffee and these things. You know, they want to keep that rather than really help you, you know. Because if the pharmacy and all these places will keep it real with you, you know, yeah, in essence, they would be out of a job for a little while until they, you know, take up holistic health. Forget your weakness and then cost of living. In fact, I had to stop that phone call, but happy now before somebody else called me. You see, I need to stop that. I need to start putting my phone on airplane mode, but, you know, blessings and love, you know, y'all pay attention to what's going on in the times, you know. This is, you know, you gotta be healthy, you gotta be aware, and you gotta be spiritually divine and be about the ascension process, you know, of ascending spiritually and mind, body, and soul, eating right, you know, getting your mind right and your soul right, you know, so that you could, you know, head to the next level dimensionally, you know, head to that next dimension, you know, of consciousness, you know. But stay aware, y'all. Peace. Happy now. Hope y'all stand in the moment. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. right now. Peace.